everyone, and welcome back to the Castle Building Challenge. We are hanging out here in the throne room because it's time to actually look at the challenge requirements. We're not there yet. We've got some stuff we need to do. So this is fine. That's going to be no big deal. The main thing is the construction, and it's this first one here that I think is going to be probably the most important thing we get started on. I don't think we're going to finish it this episode. But yeah, we need a main wall, 5 high, made of stone. It has to enclose the spawn, the keep, which has the spawn inside of it, the secondary wall, which is the wall we've got right now, all buildings, and, spider-proof way to the top, etc. Let's see. It doesn't say here, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be 2 blocks wide, which is fine because I actually want it wider than that anyway. So let's pop over here. So I've expanded the map, and here is our current wall. And when I set this up, I kind of thought this would be the main wall. And then I started planning out the actual building, and it's like, oh. So, this is going to be the secondary wall, and we're going to build another wall much bigger around it. As you can see, I've made the map bigger. It's 3 by 3 now. And I think one of the things in the later one of the later stages, is that we need a moat. And I think we're going to just intentionally plan ahead and use at least some of the natural terrain. And I'm kind of tracing. Basically, I want to turn this kind of into an island. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way down here, but probably go here. The mine entrance is right here. That gets a little awkward. But I'm thinking dig that out, bring this up here, connect that eventually. Like maybe cut a channel through here. And I don't know if I'm going to do the whole, all the way to the edge, but I think that is sort of the perimeter I want. I love how I keep going down here, and I said, I'm probably not going to do that. But yeah, so what I'm going to do actually is go get a bunch of blocks and try to lay out a reasonable looking perimeter. This will give us a lot of space to build actual buildings if we want. This will let us move things. Like the original plan I've got for this, the blacksmith is right here. And honestly, it doesn't really make any sense to have the blacksmith inside the building that's supposed to be the living space. I'm thinking I'm going to put it right here. Right by the lava pool. I think that could be cool. So yeah, I will be back and we'll look at the map and hopefully it'll show up on the map. I don't know. I will try to make it show up on the map. I think an Enderman must have left this here for me. Thank you, Enderman. And with that, I've laid out a rough outline. I don't think it's going to be able to follow these lines exactly. The thoughts I'm having for the wall, it's going to be kind of like the wall currently around the keep. If you see, it doesn't really have any diagonals at all. It's all straight lines. And the only little diagonal bits, I kind of do little stair-steppies. And I'm going to be real. Doing just this with random polka dots in most of my wool was extremely tedious and not very fun. And I forgot how hilly most of this terrain is. But yeah, we're going to head actually over here because I've been kind of playing with designs up here, and I'd like to at least show you the rough idea of what I'm thinking. Here we are down at the coast, and I've been playing around a little bit. So this is the general idea I have in my head right now. I want to make use of the deep slate, especially the tiles. The tiles are my favorite. And yeah, so one of the things that I really, really want to make sure of is I believe the widest the wall ever has to be is 3. But I want a wall that I can walk through. So I was kind of playing around with lighting possibilities here. So this would actually make a 5 wall wide, 6 if you count the spider proofing. On the wall currently around the keep, no, we're gonna have to run pretty far to actually see it. Let's do that. Let's run real quick. If we go back up here real fast, I did the spider proofing here with trapdoors, and I think this looks pretty cool here. Like they can't climb up that, but like there aren't any good trapdoors, even ones I don't have yet, that really look good with this color palette. We've got, this is basically very similar to what I'm using in the storage room. We've got the deep slate, we've got the diorite, although I would kind of like to experiment with what that might look like, maybe with stone brick or something a heck of a lot easier to get. And if we climb up here, I've got a couple options for the top. I haven't made any decisions yet. So this echoes what we've done over there. We have the light, smooth stone slabs. And then this echoes the storage room basically directly using the spruce. And I was kind of playing around with lighting too. We do have access to candles now. Could put them up top. We could put them here. This is all slabs, so we don't really need to worry about spawns on top of this. But I want the wall to look cool from a distance, like have a bit of a glow. If we look over here, I was also playing with some lanterns. And I think the color palette is really cool. It is very different from the main, or well, what is currently the main wall, which will become the secondary wall. Which is very stone brick and I think granite. I think it was granite. So yeah, if I go with this, I'm going to have to mine so much diorite, like ridiculous amounts of diorite. Let's see, this is not stone brick. I don't have any on me right this second, but I kind of want to do like a bit of a test. It's kind of the same color. It's not identical. But like, does the color palette even work? Ooh, that's very dark. And again, if this is not actually stone brick, but yeah, I think that's honestly too similar. It has to be something light. If there was a good light colored block, I might go with that. I could probably use a wood of some type, but I want something that would be relatively explosion proof and lightning proof. I actually have had the roof of the keep catch on fire before. I've got a lightning rod now, but I don't really know the range on that. So I think we're sticking mostly with stone. If I go with the spruce on top, that could burn. I like it. This definitely matches what we already have a little better. This is something I'm going to think on. A lot of it's going to be what materials can I get the most of. And these are kind of equal. These are very easy to farm. Just grow a 2x2 spruce, cut it down. You get multiple stacks from one tree. And I have so much cobblestone from mining. So either of those are really easy. Likewise, I've been doing a decent amount of mining down at deep slate level. This is not going to be hard. It's mainly the diorite that I'm going to have to actively go hunt for. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking so far. But I don't think we're going to actually start putting that in today. That's going to be a lot. And like, if you look at this, it basically has to turn in kind of multiples of 3. Or, well, it has to, maybe multiples of 2? Let me see. I guess if this was a knitting pattern, it would be a multiple of 2 plus 1 for the symmetry. Basically, the corners, I need them to be, I think that should be spider-proof. I need them to be a column. And then on the inner corner, same thing, it needs to be a column. So a lot of these diagonal bits, like this, I had to route around the biodome just to make sure it was enclosed in here. And this is a bit of a wonky line, so we'll probably honestly do kind of like straight, and then maybe a jag, and then straight, and then a little bit of a jag. This is definitely going to be a major ordeal, which is why I want to start planning it now. Back to the throne room we go, because we looked at the requirements, but we haven't looked at the addendums yet. So I have started filling out the addendums book. So this is basically all the decisions I've made going forward. So generally speaking, I'm just kind of formalizing that I've been compressing like gold and stuff into blocks the entire time. I'm just saying that's flat out okay, because it's not even useful other than storage space. Fishing loot? Fishing only gave fish back when this challenge was written. So I'm saying anything you fish up is fine, but there are limits on what we can do with the anvil in this age. So those still apply to like books. But if you fish up like a really good bow, I'm gonna say that's fine. So Iron Age, I'm allowing compasses. Anything copper is fine. Hoppers are okay for decoration and passive collection, but we're gonna save insertion and pulling stuff out of containers for the Gold Age. Anvils, so they are good for decoration. You can name stuff with them, and I did decide to go with allowing level 1 enchants, because honestly, until you get an enchanting table, it's really hard to get level 1 books, like on purpose. But I'm also saying no mending, so Silk Touch is fine, but no mending. I still want tools to be a bit of a challenge. You want to save your good tools. We've got some villager trading rules. I'm just gonna pause here. You can read it. Okay, and then next page. Yeah, that's just one thing. And then that's it. Here's what we've got for the Gold Age. I'm just gonna let you skim this. I think the key thing here is that technically redstone's not allowed. I did typo when I originally transcribed the challenge into a book and said redstone was okay, but it's not. However, I think I'm going to allow pressure plates, buttons, and levers, just because not being able to like place down like pressure plates to open doors is annoying, and I don't really consider that circuitry. It's kind of like right on the line. And then this is the only thing I have so far as an addendum for the final Diamond Age, in that I'm going to require myself to get a netherite ingot, and that I will be allowed to use netherite stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So with the ability now to actually use anvils, I want to do my first anvil on camera. So here is an anvil, which is not particularly exciting if you are not playing a challenge like this, and it's not going to stay here. I'm going to move it to the crafting room. But I've got some fun stuff in mind. So I have created, it is possible to create resource packs that do custom models just by naming an item. And I've made a couple, I'm going to call them plush toys. I'm using iron nuggets so that, I don't know, iron is still my primary material right now. It's like I'm mining a lot to keep up with my iron usage. So let's see if I've got it on. Yes. So I have made this model myself. It's a cute little plush toy. And I would like, the original plan is that these are going to go in my bedroom. Like I'm just going to keep them there. But for right now, I think it would be really cute to have a friend up here. There, see? And this is entirely resource pack. So if I go here, remove that, and now it's just an iron nugget. There's no commands involved. There's no anything other than having the correct resource pack enabled. Boop. And so yeah, I got a little friend. I've got 2 more. I'm still kind of thinking of things. We've got Waddle Dee, and we've got Daisy. So we're gonna put somebody here, and I will probably move these to my bedroom. Once I build a proper bedroom, where does Waddle Dee hang out? Oh, they're so cute. It looks very silly. I tried to keep the models very, very simple. These are both, or all three, I made myself. Also, you can't really do this with them. I mean, you can, but they were designed for sitting flat. There. I now have plushies on my throne, at least temporarily. I don't know. I just thought it was cute. This also means we can, like, name our pets, which is one thing I'd also like to do, but first I have to think of good names for them and see if I have any name tags. And also sleep. 11. We have 11 name tags, and also I really need to sort this chest. So I think I just need 4. And we're down here by the prototype, and I think we are going to finish this episode out by at least laying down some foundations. We're not gonna make it all the way around the castle in this short period of time, but we're gonna get at least a little bit started. We're gonna chop down some trees. This is why I have more than one axe. And I think what I'm gonna do is lay down this line here, so like the outermost pillar base, and to kind of minimize how much turning we're doing, I think I'm gonna start here. Here feels good. And this is not super exciting, but this is kind of what I was doing before making the line. Let's see, should we do a turn here? Perhaps. Okay, we made it to this shore, so we're going to turn, I think, here. The line I drew is mostly here. We could probably go one more. And I'm definitely going to be getting a lot of logs out of this, but we're not gonna go the whole way this way. And since I'm not doing a lot of terraforming, I do need to, of course it's raining, kind of, I'll probably have to adjust this a little bit. Let's go back this way, and we will, continue maybe around behind the bee farm. Okay, so this is kind of going to intersect a bit with our prototype. That's okay. It's kind of funny that it matches up so nicely here. But let's see. I'm going to go here. And let's go. So there will definitely be terraforming involved with this water portion. Like, I'll definitely have to be filling some stuff in. I've got plenty of planks. Let's use those right now. Yeah. That looks pretty good there. We'll do that. Nope, I don't need that one. Oh wow, it's really dark actually. Ooh, thunder. I'm curious. Ooh, also... Oh, wait, no, that was my roof, not the sunset. But I'm curious. I want to see if this will actually work. Oh, that's so cool! Okay, alright, we can sleep now. I have been waiting to see that for, I don't know, a while now. I don't remember exactly when I put that in, but I have yet to be not mining when there was a thunderstorm going on. That is awesome. Okay. So, whoa. Get out of here, you. Back up we go. Okay. And I think, actually, I'm going to back up a couple. Well, that's a new one. Okay. I think we'll go here. Nah. Problem with this is that I keep falling off, but... And then I think I'm just going to try to sort of match up with that line. Let's see. 1, 2, bonk. Bonk. That would be roughly here. Yeah, that's not so bad. And we'll do one more just because I seem to remember those cliffs being kind of a pain there. And again, we are going to be coming in multiple blocks, so it's actually going to be pretty close to the dome there, but I think it'll be okay. Oop. And then I think we're just going to match up with the shore there and call it a day. Maybe see if this shows up on the map at all. Oh, I'd have to actually go get it and update it. Never mind. Maybe we will find a high enough vantage point. Of course. Oops. I had a rhythm. There, okay. And then this to this. Get the flower out of the way. And yeah, okay, I think that's a good start. So, let's see. This side, plenty of room. Let's double check over here. So it was... this block, here's the wall, here's the gap, here's the wall, And then there's the pillar. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. There's still a little bit of room. We can fill in this part here with dirt. And probably put in a proper foundation under it, not just random wood planks. But yeah, I think that's going to look pretty good. So yeah, here is the foundations of our future wall. It's very simple right now. We've got a lot of floating wool to deal with later. But I'd say this is looking pretty good. Let's see, we're down here. And going this way. And yeah, I think this is going to be nice for us. We will have to light up all of this interior. That is a future me problem. But it'll be nice to have a fairly large compound in which we can do stuff other than just hanging out inside the immediate structure. Okay, we're up here on some scaffolding and a block so I can shift over the edge. You can see the start of our foundations. And I think this is a good place to call it for today. Next episode, I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do. I do have some ideas. We need to do some exploring. Ooh, actually, you can see... Well, not literally all, because I think it goes over that mountain. But we can see most of where I expect the wall to go. That's cool. So we need to do exploring for, like, mostly saplings. There's been a good... At least 2 trees added since the last time I've been on a wander. I would like to find a place where I could go mine copper, because there are cool copper blocks that you can craft with now. And stuff like that. I want cherry wood. I want pale oak. I also, at some point, want to build a village. It's not going to be in the castle compound, and it's probably going to be pretty small. I was actually thinking maybe on this island here, because it's nearby. It could be easily fortified, and I think it could just be fun. So yeah, I will catch everyone in the next episode.